Eggs.
Party rocking, or you might make me spill my beans all over the place. Comically large spoon, my friends. That's a stupid open.
Hi humans, today is joke day, and I think it would be fun to talk about comedy, but since I'm not usually very funny, I'm going to talk about some humor I like instead. So why did the chicken cross the road? Not funny, right? Yeah, I used to think so. Okay, fine, I'll close with that one. Here's a better joke. A horse walked into a bar, and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" But the horse looked at him square in the eyes before pissing and shitting all over the place. The bar petitioned the city to remove horses from nearby roads for several years following the incident. Still nothing? Well, if you haven't gathered, I'm a bit of a fan of anti-humor. It is a type of indirect humor where the teller tells a joke that is intentionally not funny, lacking in intrinsic meaning, or by some means is subverting the function of the punchline of the joke. It relies on the audience to expect something humorous, but when the swerve of the joke is upturned and made mundane, i.e. when the funny does not happen, then that itself becomes a part of the joke, and is usually the punchline. As far as I am aware, there are two principal parts to a joke, the setup and the swerve. Obviously the setup is the part where you build up the tension for the coming humor, to build anticipation. And then the other part, the swerve, is where you release the energy in the setup by bringing the joke somewhere unexpected or otherwise funny. But with anti-humor this very formula is challenged. You still have a setup, but the punchline is subverted and the lack of swerve leaves the audience craving release, the fact that they expected a punchline, a resolution to the joke, but they got left with the cruel reality that the setup would realistically imply. And the most well-known, and one of the first jokes you've probably ever been told, is the one with the chicken, because obviously the chicken crossed the road because it decided that it wanted to get to the other side. This video is made possible by the support of Patreons. More later. But we aren't talking about anti-humor in this video. No, this video is about this sweet man, named Mr. the Sweet. He is a YouTuber who blew up a little bit recently on the platform, like 6 months ago or something, which was around the time that I found him as well. Now, I don't just follow him because of his gorgeously villainous mustache, but also because I enjoy his analysis of different comedic forms and the effect that it had on the audience, and in turn how the audience affects the comedy. And then, you know what? I assigned video watching homework for this video that you better have watched. And if you did, then you probably already know Mr. the Sweet from his video on Gen Z humor, or for his video on Tim Heidecker and post-ironic meta humor. And if you did, then great. If not, then you should probably go do that. First, go smash the like button on this video, then go to the doobly-doo and watch both of his videos, then come back to this one. Alright, everyone seen the requisite material? Even you Mr. the Sweet, go refresh yourself on the video and give yourself a bit of self-love. Okay, now that everyone here is in the right mindset, we are going to talk about the true magnum opus of a one Mr. the Sweet. Eggs.mpeg. At first glance this is just a crappy video of some guy eating eggs, and, I mean it is, kinda, especially if you just scrub through it, but, when you actually watch the whole piece and absorb its vibes, there is something truly special here. It begins like most of Mr. Sweet's videos, with him center screen doing something weird, like hiding in a pile of stuffed animals, or a Tim and Eric Andre style game show.
Funny. Eat that!
How big of a bite am I supposed to?
As big of a bite as you'd like! Psych! Oh, and you don't swallow that. Kept warning her that she shouldn't eat those.
Why is it?
Go ahead! Don't swallow that.
Do I take a bite?
Yeah, sure. Take a bite.
Or sitting in complete darkness, not but a spotlight, or whatever is happening here.
I got an idea. Where's our friend? I don't know what you're saying!
But unlike his other videos, Mr. the Sweet never picks up the mic and starts talking. He deliberately leaves us in this awkward space of confusion and bewilderment as he begins to engorge himself with succulent hard-boiled eggs. One egg, then another, and another, only pausing to dump various sauces down his gullet. The constant electrical hum and creaking of his chair add to this feeling of awkwardness, invoking a feeling of real cringe. Why is there such a cringe video on such a good channel with great editing and comedic timing? Easy, he's putting into practice the very concepts that he analyzes, like the competent comic that he is, and personally I think he did a good job at turning a gross amount of eggs into a competent example of post-meta humor. I absolutely love this video, warranting such comments like, "But it's so much more than eggs. I feel like this is the last video from the original Mr. Sweet. After this he was never the same." Clearly I'm not alone in understanding the true majesty of this piece of comedic art. And now for a quick word from the sponsor of today's video. Yeah, it's sponsored by you guys. Now you can support me to get various perks. The major incentives are $3.33 to $33.33 a month, so what are you waiting for? Become a Patreon today. So given that this is such an amazing piece, I wanted to give it some thorough analysis as well, leading me to the musical choices for his comic work. Even though I couldn't decipher the other one, I am confident that the musical accents are actually just song bites that are from the iMovie stock sounds, and I know this because, first of all, he told me so, but second, I actually found a match for the first one, a 94.9687% match. Nice. The first song is Swing City Long from the iMovie stock library. After all of this analysis, I can confidently conclude that there is no possible way that he just spontaneously grabbed a camera in order to utilize a shitload of eggs that he just happened to have lying around, triggering a bowel movement so sinister that it instilled a worship of bidets that lasts to this very day. No, that's so statistically unlikely that a good video game movie is a more likely affair. Instead, this is the work of a comedic genius that was subverting his signature style years before it even was his signature style. A man so committed to the bit, that he changed his last name to Sweet just to make it match the channel. And I have no doubt in my mind that my purely analytical encroachment on his art will be applauded deeply despite my obvious lack of effort, research, preparation, and my obvious lack of raw comedic ability. And even though I don't really have anything of substance to add to the conversation, I really enjoy going back to this video to watch this unconventionally attractive man gorge himself on these succulent eggs. And I can do whatever I want with my YouTube channel, which includes analytical essays about a man eating an unhealthy amount of eggs. So anyway, that's why this video is awesome, and why this creator is awesome. Also, please don't read into the intro too hard, it has nothing to do with transforming his work into a form of post-meta anti-humor. If you still don't understand the joke after watching all of these videos, then I still got you, fam. Just go watch this playlist I constructed to help you finally understand this 4D meta humor. Also make sure to like and subscribe for more of my stale comedic delivery. Bye humans.